Good evening, everybody. I'm Vincent Salimi, the mayor of the city of Pinole, and I would like to welcome you to the city council meeting. It's November 15, and I would like to invite you to please join me in a pledge of allegiance for the pledge of allegiance in honor of the U.S. military troop, or observe a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Then move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the land acknowledgement. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge the Ohlone people, who are the traditional custodian of this land. We pay our respect to the Ohlone elders, past, present, and future, who call this place Ohlone land, the land that Pinole sits upon their home. We are proud to continue the tradition of coming together and growing as a community. We thank the Ohlone community for their stewardship and support, and we look forward to strengthening our ties as we continue our relationship of mutual respect and understanding. Item number 3, roll call, city clerk reports and statement of conflict. Madam City Clerk, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor Salimi,
Here,
Mayor Pro Tem Murphy.
Here.
I'll note for the record that member Tate will be arriving shortly, not yet present, and Councilmember Toms.
Here.
Councilmember Martinez Rubin.
Here.
City Manager Murray.
Here.
City Attorney Casher.
Here.
Mayor and Council, the agenda was posted on November 10th at 10 a.m. with all legally required notices. One written comment was received in advance of the meeting and was posted to the website and distributed to staff and council. Does the council have any conflicts to report on an agenda item this evening? Okay, that concludes my report. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. That concludes item number 3. Then we'll move on to item number 4, which is convened to a closed session. And tonight we have a conference with labor negotiators. Pursuant to Government Code 54957.6, agency designated representative will be Mr. Andre Murray, City Manager. Stacy Shell, Human Resource Director, and represented employees will be a local 1, IAFF and PPEA. Do we have any public comments on that item?
Yes, we do have one online, Cordell Hindler. Mr. Hindler, are you able to unmute yourself? Mr. Hindler, we'll come back to you.
Thank you. I don't think we have any comments at this moment.
No
It's,
more public comment.
Thank you, ma'am. It's 5:10 and we'll resume, come back at 5:40. Thank you. Good evening, welcome back. It's the Pinole City Council. It's November 15, 2022. I'm Vincent Salimi, the mayor of the city, and I would like to move on to the next item on the agenda, which is reconvening in open session to announce the result of the closed session. We do not have any reportable action tonight. Then I will move on to item number 6, which is citizen to be heard. Madam City Clerk, do you have anybody who wish to talk tonight, please?
Yes, thank you. We have Rafael Menez here in person.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, and members of the public. My name is Rafael Menez, and I am a resident of Pinole. First off, I'd like to start by noting our COVID-19 case rate last 14 days per 100,000 was at 181.7, which is actually a modest increase from the last time I discussed this back in early November. We're currently at the third highest rate in the county, second only to the county generally speaking and El Cerrito. So please continue to undertake safety precautions such as wearing masks indoors in crowded spaces and possibly outdoors in crowded spaces as well. And secondly, I'd like to talk about the results of the election. While we don't yet know the final results of the election because the county is still busy counting ballots, we have a rough idea of what the outcomes are going to be. I'd like to congratulate Cameron Sassai and Anthony Tave for their likely victory. And I would like to apologize to those that supported me for my likely defeat. Well, I worked to persuade the community that we needed to work on improving Pinole's transparency, engagement, and resilience. Clearly, I didn't do a good enough job at whatever level of persuasion or personal transparency or outreach. But I am still going to continue to come to council meetings and speak at them, as I have done, to serve you all as a planning commissioner and work to make the community better and build up community engagement through my work on the planning commission, and to try and inform people about events that are going on in the community through emails that I'm sending out to the community. You can sign up for those at menaceforpinole.org on the contact link on that site if you're interested in being informed about that. I'm not sure beyond that what I'll be doing going forward in the future, but I would like to thank all of those individuals that endorsed me, all of the individuals that volunteered in support of me and donated to my campaign. Well, ultimately, the outcome wasn't what we all wanted. I still appreciate your efforts and your willingness to support me and to support our shared vision for the future of Pinole and for protecting that future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Menez. You don't have to apologize. I think what you did was just remarkable. And I applaud and admire every single person who runs for office because it's also something very, very difficult. And I will just tell you to not give up. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we have one more public comment.
Yes, we have one online. Irma Ruport.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ms. Ruport, are you able to unmute yourself? Ms. Ruport, we'll have to come back to you.
Mayor, that's a second commenter we've had that hasn't been able to unmute. So I just want to announce to the members of the public who are connecting from home that you would do *6 to unmute yourself once you're connected. And if you want to give us a call, if you're having trouble getting through via Zoom, let me give you the phone number. It's 1-669-900-6833. You do *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. So hopefully that's helpful, and we'll take a look see if something's going on with Zoom.
Excellent. Would you like us to wait a little longer? Yes. I will just wait an extra minute just to see if we have any technical issues.
Hello,
Is this Debbie Sir?
this is Debbie Sear.
Sear?
I'm trying to watch the meeting on Zoom and it's cutting in and out. All the voices that I'm hearing, Raphael and the mayor, are all cutting out. So is it something I'm doing wrong?
This might be related to the internet connection or the Zoom connectivity, but at least we can hear you, ma'am. That's a good
Okay,
news.
thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a public comment that would like to address tonight?
Nope, just want to congratulate the winner so far and thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you, ma'am. The good news is that we can hear the audience who are participating via Zoom. So I will get it back to Ms. Rupert and see if we can hear her now, please.
Ms. Ruport?
So Mayor, I did check with broadcast and there doesn't appear to be any issue with as far as he can tell with the connection. So we can have maybe one of our staff members test to see if.
Excellent. Yes. Why don't we have a staff member testing, please? Excellent. Thank you. So we are just hearing from our city manager, then some staff member are able to hear us correctly.
Can we have one of our department heads just raise their hand and see if we can connect to you by audio, please?
Mayor and Council, this is Lily Wayland, the Community Development Director, letting you know I can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Excellent. Excellent. So that's a great news. That means that we can hear everybody. Then I will bring it back to open public comments. Do we have Ms. Rupert back online trying to communicate at this moment?
She is online. Ms. Rupert, are you able to unmute yourself?
Unfortunately, I think she's having a technical issue on her end, but would have a second session for public comments towards the end of the meeting. And we'll invite you to then come and speak, please. And also, if you cannot join us, you are also welcome to join via the phone number that Madam City Clerk provided to you earlier, which is 669-900-6833. Let's move on to the next item. Do we have any other citizen who wish to talk, Madam City Clerk?
No, Mayor, there are no more public comments.
Excellent. I will then move on to item number 7, which is reports and communications, and I will start with the mayor's report. At the honor to go and talk to the General Counsel of Consul General of Ukraine last week, and we were able to discuss the sister cities opportunities that will be agendized later on tonight. And I also would like to observe a moment of silence, a minute of silence for one of our community member who passed and was the father of City Attorney Eric Kasher. And I would like to invite everybody to please stand up for 1 minute in his memory, please. Thank you. Mr. Kasher, I'm very sorry on behalf of the city and all my condolences, and if we can send flowers to Mr. Kasher's family, Mr. Murray. You're welcome. Thank you. Then that concludes item number 7A1. Now we'll move on to item number 7B, which is mayoral and council appointments. We don't have any at this moment. Item number 7C, which is city council committee report and communication. I will then start with council member Anthony Tave, please.
I'll have nothing to report.
Thank you, council member Tave. Council member Martinez Ruben.
Thank you, Mayor Salimi. Good evening, everyone. I attended the West Cat board meeting on November 10th, last week. A couple of items to bring to your attention. West Cat, among the items on the agenda were the short range transit plan for the fiscal year, and everyone is welcome to provide some input. The short-term plan is posted on westcat.org. We welcome as board members your input, and Other items had to do with the challenge that the provider of the bus drivers is facing. It's not unique to West Cat, but is seen nationally, and that is the challenge, how challenging it is to find drivers. So if there is someone interested in applying for such a position and learn a skill in carrying precious cargo, which is humans, and facilitating their transportation on different routes that WestCat has, please visit the westcat.org website. A bit of good news, given that in October, WestCat had free rides for everyone to encourage ridership to continue or to come back after COVID. Compared to October around same time last year, we noticed a 15% increase in ridership. So gradually building up, and hopefully we'll see more of that as the months go by. WestCat has an annual event to collect non-perishable food items as well as toys and gifts. So on Wednesday, December 14th, across the In-N-Out on Fitzgerald, at the parking lot where Target is, which is 1400 Fitzgerald, the Stuff a Bus event will happen between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And the public is invited to come in, provide canned goods, other non-perishable items that would benefit the Contra Costa and Solano Food Bank, as well as contribute toy donations for children of all ages. And the recipients of those toys are the program, children that are affiliated with the California Highway Patrol's Chips for Kids toy drive. Thank you. That's it for me. Oh, and considering that between now and next time we get together will be Thanksgiving, happy and safe, healthy Thanksgiving to everyone.
That's correct. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. That's correct. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. The entire city and the entire citizen of the city of Pinole. Mayor Pro Tem Murphy, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you. Just a couple things to report back to the community tonight. First and foremost, this Thursday at 7 p.m. we'll be having our MCE Board of Directors meeting. Our meetings are always live streamed on MCE Clean Energy's Facebook page, as well as mcecleanenergy.org if folks are interested. There are a number of topics of interest to the public, so I would just encourage you to check out the website. And of course, email me if you have any questions. I wanted to invite actually fellow council members and other folks who may be interested to an email you may have received from a group called Elected Officials to Protect America. This is the California Climate Emergency and Energy Security Summit. It will be hosted at the California Energy Commission in Sacramento on December 5th and December 6th. Elected Officials to Protect America is a coalition of elected officials who are committed, both local, state, and national elected officials who are committed to ending oil drilling and really promoting clean energy policies across our country. And so this year I am on the steering committee to host this event. Again, it's going to be with different partners and of course, local and state electeds here in California, focused on how do we support each other in the transition. So again, I would invite my fellow council members to join, but it is also open to the public. If you'd like to visit protectingamerica.net, that's where you can find more information about the in-person and virtual event. So if you are interested to attend the event from home, you also can do that as well. And registration is free. They're just making sure and really bringing together, again, local and state electeds to highlight the urgency for affordable clean energy security for all Californians. So wanted to invite you to that. And then last but not least, I just wanted to thank the, excuse me, I just locked out at home. I wanted to thank the firefighters. Last Tuesday was a busy day for many of us because some of us were around the city for elections, but the firefighters, many of them we had a ceremony to swear them in. So many of our firefighters have been working for our city for a while, and during the pandemic, we weren't able to have a swearing in ceremony. So just wanted to thank the firefighters and congratulations to all of them for having a wonderful ceremony, but also for all you do for our community. It was great to be in the audience and just kind of watch and celebrate with them. So congratulations. And that concludes my report tonight.
Thank you for your report, Mayor Pro Tem. Quick question related to the training, the online. Would it be a training that will teach existing council members on the action to be taken in order to stop global warming? That
So it's a symposium. So there's a bunch of panels and networking opportunities to really engage both local and state officials in what some cities are already doing and perhaps some cities are not doing, to share best practices, to understand both ordinances and policies that have been passed around solar, wind, renewable energies, as well as possibly even housing, considering where California is.
That's excellent because, as global warming is a reality, I realize that a lot of elected officials do not always have the training and knowledge of what it will take to stop global warming.
Yeah, and I think this is what I love about elected officials to protect America is, again, these are local and state electeds. And so there are peers who are also working towards common goals. And I would really highly encourage anyone who can attend either virtually or in person to attend.
If you don't mind sharing that email again.
I will send it to the city manager, and if you can distribute to the council,
Yes.
that'd be great.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Councilmember Thomas. How are you?
Good, thank you. So I have signed up for the California Climate Emergency and Energy Security Summit. Is that the same?
That is, yes.
It sounded like a different name, but yes, I am signed up for that. I also attended the West Cat board meeting, and Councilmember Martinez Rubin gave a really good recap of that. Yesterday, I attended with Ellerhorst Elementary School the Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day, which was very enlightening. Ellerhorst was the only school that I'm aware of in Pinole that participated, not the only one in the district, but hopefully next year we can really spread the word on this. It was very educational for all of the students and all of the parents. This morning I attended a sea level rise and groundwater and unknown discussion over at the East Bay Leadership offices. And it was very enlightening hearing from the engineers that discuss not only stopping, addressing sea level rise with walls and whatnot, but the discussion of the how the inundation of seawater will push groundwater, and there will be impacts to our underground infrastructure that really need to be addressed. And so I had asked the city manager if the city was a member of East Bay Leadership, and I don't believe that the city is, but I will follow up and get information because that seems to be a really good forum